I have Mr. Bosun Oshosonya, who is our ED Risk Management. I also have one of the powerful women in our system. We're gender sensitive, and I have the privilege to recognize I have the honor to recognize Mrs. Temi Nelson. Sorry. I also have with us here Mr. Akeem Oguniro. Adeniji. Apology, please. Okay. So without wasting so much of our time, because we have actually, pardon me, and I think I will actually have been sanctioned if I had done that. I want to also respectfully recognize one of the men who is in charge of the projects that we're actually presenting to you today, Mr. Leo Edwards, the Chief Operating Officer of Origin Automobile Works. Like I've stated, so that we can reduce the time that we've lost, I'll do recognition as the event progresses. So on this note, I will hand over to my Executive Director, Mr. Bosun, Mr. Sheson Ayeni, to take it from here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen of the press, colleagues, executives, Honorable Commissioner and Permanent Secretary, a warm welcome to you this morning for finding time to join us. I can recognize some of our associates. MD Ecolog is here. MD Produce for Lagos is here. MD Bulk Food is here. Thank you for finding time to be here this morning. I'm so sorry. MD Lassa is also here with us because he's a major partner. Can you stand up for recognition? When you see all those billboards you see all over Lagos, this is the gentleman and his team that are responsible for making sure that everything is done according to the rule book. I thank you. I warmly welcome you on behalf of the Executive Chairman of Origin Tech Group to this gathering, to the introduction, official presentation of the corporate farm project that we think will transform and change Nigeria. As you know, Origin Tech Group, we're a very important company, if I have to say that myself. So we've proud ourselves to stay in a place where we're connecting things as relate to food security. You name it, end to end, we are right there. That is what we do as Origin Tech Group. I think as the program progresses, you will find out more through some of the actualities and the videos that we'll be presenting to you this afternoon, actually, this morning. So I welcome you. Without further ado, let me invite to the microphone the Executive Chairman of Origin Tech Group for his presentation of the corporate farm model. Give me a warm round of applause, please.
Thank you, sirs. Let me stand on established protocol and thank exceptionally our Honorable Commissioner, the best Agri Commissioner in Nigeria. We also have very senior members of the press who are here. I want to respectfully also recognize you for finding time to come here today. It just underscores your understanding of the need of food, of the place of food in Nigeria. And we want to thank you again for your continued support, particularly our friends at TVC. They've been massively giving us support and coverage. First Bank, again, let me recognize the support we've been getting from you, Stanbic Bank, and all the banks in Nigeria. We are here for you. The reasons why Origin Group called this event is actually about the banks, because they are the guys that have the treasury. They are the ones that have the money. But again, banks in Nigeria have been beaten several times. So, and that's why corporate farm came to be. But before I go into what corporate farm is all about, let me again recognize our president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his re-engineering and engineering works on Nigeria that is already producing and yielding great results. And we know that that engineering is already come to agriculture. As you can see it reflective in Lagos. Today, we'll be discussing corporate farms. I'm sure some of us are already acquainted with some of the projects Origin Group had done or is doing currently. We have already worked and still working with about 14 states in Nigeria. You know, Agric is a relay race, it's not a marathon. You have to keep passing the baton until that time when you finish the last lap. And we are actually getting to that point of that last lap. You're aware, some 6-7 years ago, we started the development of the largest food logistics hub in sub-Saharan Africa here in Lagos, Nigeria. That project is close to completion. Last year, we joined Lagos State to launch the first ever, to pioneer the first ever Produce for Lagos Fund or Agric Fund. Very soon, you will be seeing that fund fully operational. The MD is here, and she's been working tirelessly. We also, last year, launched the Ecolog, the largest cold chain truck anywhere around this place. The MD is also here. They are getting ready to get very fully operational. But again, we know that Nigeria has a lot of moribund farms, quite a lot of them. Almost every bank in Nigeria who had invested in agriculture has lost money one time or the other. And also, most people who invested in agriculture, not all, most, with their pensions and all of that, had also lost money. And you'll be wondering, why? Agric is beautiful, food we can sell, and all of that. Why are people losing money? And as you know, as you're aware, Origin Group always work with data. We always go back and see what is wrong. What you saw with the logistics hub, what you saw with Ecolog, what you saw with Produce for Lagos Fund is actually trying to knit those pieces together and ensure that farmers don't lose or lose money again or make more money. That's the whole idea around it. The other part is people wonder, oh, Lagos doesn't do farming. Why do they have the largest logistics hub? They are the largest markets. They are the largest market. Oh, currently, Lagos is getting food from all over the world. They are. So why are you building logistics hub? Today, 50% of food in Lagos is wasted. We'll be talking about that in another forum. And with the logistics, we expect that that food waste is removed. I will quickly show some slide presentation relating to the corporate farm. So what is corporate farm? Corporate farm is an answer to what our friends who have seen what we are doing have been begging for. I have quite a number of friends who are saying, Sam, take this cash. I want to do farm. I said, no, keep your money. So quite a lot of people trust Origin Group and believe we can make it happen for them. And they are committing their hard-earned money into our hands to help them do agriculture. Some of them in good amount of money. Some of them are saying, look, I have land. I want to do agriculture. And we said, okay, just wait. We are coming. We also have quite a number of experts from around the world, Brazil, Mexico, Kenya, and other parts of the world also telling us, come, I hear you have a lot of land in Nigeria. I want to do agriculture. We also told them, wait. So the time for them all to start moving into Nigeria is here. And we're here to show to Nigerians and to unveil this product. The product basically, my slide, the product basically speaks to helping these farmers either to matchmake them or to begin to do farming on their own. So basically what for corporate farm is it helps people that have the investment to do farming without fear. So the minimum size of land is 1,000 hectares. If you have 1,000 hectares and you approach us, then we are ready to work with you to develop your farm. Do you need to put money? Yes. You need to put equity of between 20 to 30% or up to maximum of 50%. And the banks are here to also to support you. Origin is here to support you with the balance of 50%. After that, we are also not leaving you. Corporate farm will help you clear the land. Corporate farm will help you plant. Corporate farm will handhold you for the first 1 year. Sorry, 2 farming cycles. That's 2 harvests. To tell you, if we say it's 10 tons per hectare, you achieve that 10 tons per hectare. If we tell you the return rate is 20%, you get that 20%. And if there are going to be issues, definitely to be insured. If it is about markets, there's a guaranteed markets and guaranteed offtake. Sorry, the MD of bulk food is also here. Bulk food is here to offtake everything that you produce. This is something phenomenal that we have done in Nigeria. Most of the things that I'm telling you now had not existed before now. This first time we are having bulk food. Bulk food is a company that can buy anything from 1 naira to 500 billion naira. If it is food, they will take it from you, guarantee your production. Once you produce this. So again, we have de-risked all aspects of agriculture. So go back to corporate farm. So you basically are home and dry. You can come to your farm on visitation. We will give you an expatriate manager for the first 1 year to manage this farm. First 2 farming cycle. After that farming cycle, the expatriate manager will exit to enable the trained managers to be able to continue the work that they had done. We will not leave you there until the 5th farming cycle. We will continue to stay with you on a visiting basis to see how your farm is doing. What we have done is to ensure that the numbers are right and the return is very, very good. Under corporate farm, you have farm for me, harvest for me, which we are going to be doing to support existing and smallholder farmers who can participate. Large-scale operators who are currently have moribund farms, but minimum size of farm for us is 1,000 hectares. If it's a poultry bird farmer, poultry or avian farm, we are looking at minimum of 250,000 birds on your farm. So this is for really medium-scale farmers. Again, everybody can participate because there is funding. Now, people say, oh, what about smallholder farmers? Why are you not talking about them? We ask them to come into a club of aggregate themselves together so that we can identify them as a single unit. Why are you doing this? Why we are doing this is very simple. We have told you when we started talking that almost everybody has lost money in agriculture. Why? Because our agri in Nigeria is so subsistent and smallholder. the cost of servicing a farmer in Nigeria would make you give up on trying. We have done it before. Origin Group established TOG, Tractor on the Go, which is a Uber for tractor, some 15 years ago. The Uber for tractor, TOG, lost a lot of money. And why? Very good business, fantastic business model, but the farmers are scattered. So you have to travel distances, long distances, to service 1 hectare. So you spend probably 10 naira to make 5 naira. It becomes unviable because our farmers are not cluttered together. So it is if you are giving them fertilizer. So it is if you are supporting those farmers with maintenance services, just to go and repair a tractor in a 50-kilometer distance, to do a repair that is not going to cost the farmer more than 2,000. These are some of the challenges, and that's the reason why we must resort to building something very, very solid. We are working with a number of states to introduce what we call the farm estates. So there's a number of projects already going on. Our friend for the First Bank was telling me, where do you get the land? I said, already we have in our land bank. Origin Group also has agricultural land bank. This land bank is building and has been building over the years, and we have close to 150,000 hectares in our bank that we can make available to anybody who is ready to invest and then go there and do the job. Aside from that, we have state governments that are ready to put land down for anybody to use for farming. Part of the impediment that has been experienced over the years, of course, people complain about financing. I said it's because there's no market. When the market is right and somebody tells you, we sit down here and we issue LC to China for somebody to produce your yogurt and some other product. How the guy goes to market, buys the product using your LC to produce what he will supply to you, you don't know it. Why? Because he has secured a market. So, financing is a challenge, yes. Rates is a challenge and the rest of them. But with corporate farm, all of that has also been carefully reduced to interest rate to be minimal. I can say less than 20%. So if the government or the banks are currently doing 25%, 30%, you can be sure that corporate farm, we can't do single digits for a lot of reasons, but definitely will do a lot lower than what the commercial banks are doing. A lot of numbers and facts about the food system is available in my slide, which we will share with our key friends where they are going. But there's a particular slide I would like to share. We don't see agri the way we should see it, but Origin Group is working hard to transform that. Agriculture in Nigeria is valued at over $143 billion annually. It's a huge business. More than half of this, or 1/3 of this, is imported. And they stand in our beverages, represented in our staple crops like wheat and other items that Nigeria imports. They say they produce cheaper abroad. Yes, they do. They do because they produce intensively. What are the core things that make it easy for you to produce intensively? One, of course, is a good land. People say we have a lot of land in Nigeria. I said, no, we don't. We actually have forests. Because if you buy a piece of land in UK, you can drive a tractor and start farming. If you buy a piece of land in Nigeria, you cannot drive a tractor and start farming immediately. You would have to clear it. This huge capex investment in clearing is one of the key impediments. Well, with corporate farm, that's no more a problem. We would make land clearing cheaper and more affordable. The other part is inputs. Truly, that's a big problem. Why? In Nigeria, because we don't have large-scale operators, we have only small-scale operators. Most of the inputs that we have, very good, we have some very good ones, but of course, we also have some very, very bad ones. With corporate farm, we can bring in input at scale, and we can backwardly integrate to produce seed in Nigeria. Today, fertilizer, which is one of the key inputs, Nigeria is one of the largest producers of fertilizer in the world. Largest. We believe that as we produce more, price should come down. So I think we are conquering fertilizer. But before now, fertilizer application, its use properly, is also a problem. So which is why mechanization is important. The other part is, of course, mechanization. I would be allowing the COO of OAW to make quick presentation on his plan for mechanization. We are the largest support or manufacturer, assembler, and dealers of tractors and farm equipment in Nigeria. I know a lot of our friends here, Maize Association of Nigeria, who we invited today, we have been working with them almost 20 years now. And providing support to their smallholder farmers across Nigeria. These and many more are some of the things that corporate farms is going to be showcasing, and then people can benefit from it. The impact on the economy is very huge, and we're working to make sure that really agric can make that difference for Nigeria. You know, it's not always attractive because it's long term. But we are going to make it, the short-term component of it, more profitable so that it can be as attractive as possible. Now, how do we market these products? Just contact us. Go to our website, ask about the product, send an email, or we are going to be unveiling the product managers of this product today so that you can directly link up with them and and they can help you and provide support for you. This project is all about helping farmers. It's all about making sure that Nigerian food system is really secured and well developed. Thank you very much.
If you really don't have something, you should desire it. I covet the oratorial power of the executive chairman. I'm getting better. So can I request that we actually do another round of applause for him? Before I bring on the COO of Origin Automobile Works, I'll quickly, because I promised you that recognition is continuous. I started from the media, and that's a constituency that I've always relied on very much because of what they bring to what we do especially. I have the honor of recognizing the editor of where I started my career, Mr. Femi. Okay, first I'll recognize Mr. Eniola Bello, the MD of This Day. I'll also recognize the Managing Director of Nation newspaper, Mr. Victor Ifije. Then I'll go to the man who holds sway now, where I started my career, Mr. Femi Adekoya, editor of the Guardian newspaper, the flagship. I also have the very powerful Shaka Mohamodu, editor This Day here. Then a number of us hear him, we see him on TV regularly, and we have the honor and pleasure of having him in this room today, Mr. Babajide Kolade Otitoju, Director News, TVC. So I've done for the media, I'll also quickly do for our partners, and in no order of importance, I recognize Mr. Femi Ajayi, the MD of Ecolog. I recognize Ms. Sholakwe Amond, MD, Produce for Lagos. Mr. Ayo Olajiga, MD, Bulk Food Company. I'll also recognize Mr. Femi Ogunsheye, who is the Director of Agric Services of the Lagos State Ministry of Agric. Mrs. Adenike Shodipo, who is also the Director of Public Affairs, you are recognized. And I'll also not fail to recognize Mrs. Aramide Gonzalo. Thank you for coming. So, Mr. Leo Edward, it's your turn.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving me this opportunity to give you a broad overview of what we are going to do in mechanization for corporate farms. We, OAW, deal with equipment starting from land reclamation to post-harvest and also storage of grains. So it is a complete chain. So when you get into farming, a big level farming, like our executive chairman said that about 1,000 hectares plus, your produce is so high and you need to start from reclamation, because most of the places are forests or bushes where we need to clear it entirely. So depending on the area, 6 regions, we have different kind of land, and based on the soil, we may have to look at the kind of equipment we need to clear it. So starting from that, then we do the primary tillage, then the secondary, and then the planting, irrigation, and afterwards we do harvesting and then storage. So this is the entire chain of process which happens in a farm. Now, next slide. Okay. This is some statistics which we were able to take out and see what exactly is happening in Nigeria. Basically, we see another 5 years' time, the sub-Saharan Africa is going to be the food market for the entire world. This is what we are foreseeing in the next 5 years. The land available for irrigation, the land available for planting is dwindling. Most of the places is dwindling, and people are started to look at other areas where the land has not been used till now. And we can see from this chart, total is about 70.8 million. Arable land is 34 million. Contribution of people in agric is about 38. And the contribution to GDP, Nigerian GDP, is about 21%. Pointer? No. So this is the thing, and the most important thing is, if you see the horsepower requirement, like the FAO determines like what is the power of HP required per hectare, and the FAO standard is 1.5 HP per hectare. But now in Nigeria we have 0.0027. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay. So it's 0.0027 HP per hectare, which means that we have enormous opportunity to bring the lands into cultivation and also to increase mechanization. What mechanization does is to help us do things quickly and to ensure that dependency on people, when they come and do, it's quite difficult. Bigger areas, it's not possible to do. So we need to look at it in a view that we use equipment which can do precision work, quick work, so that the returns are also good. So this I already told you about. primary, secondary, precision planting, irrigation, harvesting, post-harvest storage, all these things I did explain it to you the first thing. So let's go to the next one. Okay, already the chairman has said that we need to look at about 1,000 hectares. But yes, we are ready and willing. If somebody comes in, we will not say no, we'll take them. But the thing is that this is what we are looking at as a model. Okay. What does it do? This just you can go through. It is the equipment what we do use for such huge, large farming that we are looking at. And you can see from tillage, planting, irrigation, harvest, logistics, and storage. If you see the entire thing, I'm very proud to say that we have almost all the equipments available with us. So if you're going in for a kind of corporate farming, whatever we're talking about here, we'll be able to support you with the equipments and also a lot of value addition which we'll be doing. It is not only supply of equipment, it is value addition. Value addition in terms of training people, giving you, because there is a lack of quality people who are directly into it. So we are taking it as a entire thing where we train people, we put them inside to you, and then we can help you, do your farming in the right way. Yeah. Next. Can I have the? Okay. Okay. This is the capex. It's rough because what happens is if you want to clear 1 hectare of land, it depends on how it is made up of. If you're going to have heavy trees, big bushes, and all this stuff going on, then I think it'll be around 8 to 10 million is the amount you need to spend to clear 1 hectare of land. But if it's going to be a bit in the north, like Jigawa and all, where it's sandy loomy, you will not find much of heavy roots inside. Those kind of soil, you'll end up around maybe 6 to 7 million. So it all depends on the land. So it has been calculated on an overall basis. So this is apart from the primary clearance of the area. These are the things which will be an initial kind of investment for a 1,000 hectare farm. So you can see all the numbers here. And also the operating expenses, what it's going to be and what is expected to be a gross margin and a full payback in about 4 to 5 years. This is what is the model, and it will be different farm to farm, product to product, everything it will change. It's a general idea of what exactly it's going to be. Yep. Thank you. Okay. These are the segmentations and these are the risk mitigation. Segments, all of us know that small farmers, we have been talking about, they don't need equipment. The affordability to buy is a need might be there, but the affordability to buy an equipment is a bit less. So we need to look at them, support them. Commercial farms we already discussed. Government and NGO, which plays a major role in the agriculture of Nigeria. Because without the kind of schemes which they are running, it will be very difficult to move forward, and they have been doing a wonderful job. And agri-cooperatives is one. And what are the risks we are looking at is the financing challenges, which has not been up to the level which is required for the kind of ramp-up we need. But yes, we truly believe that we will have that support so that this ramp-up can be done in time. Infrastructure gaps, yes. Adoption, there's awareness, demonstration, education on how to do it the proper way. There's a lack. And then you have manpower moving around the place, not being with us for a long time. So all these things are impediments which slow down the way forward. Yeah, next. Okay. This is, end of the day, we are all looking at food security. And whatever we're going to do is going to boil down to this. What we're doing here in Lagos, the biggest food security at LHP, it all boils down to that. Because, as we said, food wastage is worse than, not making anything. You make something and waste it is something which is very difficult. 50% wastage, maybe 30%, whatever it's too high. So whatever we are trying to do as a group is that whatever we're going to do, that will be taken so that we reduce, and a lot of other good things are going to happen along with it. Yeah. This is basically, this is how it is. When you acquire 1,000 hectare land, you want to start at 1,000 hectare land, you cannot go one time and do everything. So we'll start. And then go forward. Hello. Yeah. Divide into 4 different quadrants, work at 250 hectares each, and do a pilot of one. A pilot means it will be the first 250, and then we go down and do the entire 1,000. So it's a process. You have the clusters, network. Okay. So this is an overall broad outline of what you're going to do. We'll be able to help you also. Like, we can give you agric advice on what kind of crop needs to be used, what is the right season for that soil, what can go in, and all those things we can give you. We can also help you in giving you calendarization of how you're going to do and how you're going to do it from day one. We can give you what is the time taken, how you're going to work on, what is going to be the costing. The entire workout can be given to you. It's not only, talking about giving equipments for the farm, but it's going to be a total solution. This is what we're looking at. Apart from this, we assure that whatever equipments you're going to supply, we'll be giving you genuine parts and timely services, which is very, very key and critical to move forward. So as a whole, you will have a package which is a win-win, and it will be something like, you don't need to worry after taking that how is it going to be, how the service is going to be. We are here to assure you that we will take care so that we have a long, long relationship for life. Thank you.
Can I request that we give him another round of applause, please? Thank you. So the next item that we're moving into is we're inviting Goodwill messages from partners. And in this order, I'll first recognize Ms. Abisola Olusoya, the Honorable Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems in Lagos State, to share a Goodwill message with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be here, myself and my team members from the Lagos State Ministry of Agriculture and Food System. We want to specially thank the Executive Chairman, Origin Tech Group, for doing a fantastic job of taking agriculture to the next level in this country. Since the time I met him, I think he's been the #1 advocate for changes within a system that a lot of people otherwise do not want to invest in, do not want to get into. And I think he's been able to prove beyond a shadow of doubt that agriculture is actually the next frontier in Nigeria. And with what our president has been pushing since he came into power in 2023 with his first executive order being around food security, it also tells you that the timing is perfect for all of us to come together to change the narrative around food systems in Lagos and particularly in Nigeria. With the launch of the corporate farm model, I think that the time is now. Considering all of the investments, particularly in Lagos State, that we have been doing under the able leadership of our governor, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, it only just tells you that we need to have more commercial-sized farms in Nigeria. To continue to hammer on the fact that we have so many millions of smallholder farmers in this country, but we are seeing so much in terms of food waste, food loss, insecurity. It tells you that the model we have to adopt must change, and that change must happen now. When you go to other climes, you see large commercial farms, even stating here that the minimum requirement is 1,000 hectares. I have been to an individual's farm, and that particular individual is having a farm of over 10,000 hectares. And so it tells you that even 1,000 hectares as the minimum, to step into this game, it's actually still very small, but we must start from somewhere. And so with our full support from the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, we put our weight behind this because this is the direction we all have to go if we want to scale quickly and achieve food security in this country. And so we want to really appreciate Origin Tech Group once again, and obviously to the financial institutions. Without you, I don't think that we would have a sector. And I know that the financial institutions have always shied away, one way or the other, from investing heavily in agriculture because they have nothing to really hold on to. And when I mean they have nothing to hold on to, in terms of numbers, in terms of the analysis required to show the returns on investments, the payback time, all of those things, it's always very difficult to calculate because of all the vagaries involved in agriculture and uncertainties. But when you have models like this where there's a level of certainty embedded in it, then I believe that our financial institutions can start to have the kind of succor or kind of have the level of confidence to put in monies behind our farmers. And so our financial partners, our financial institutions, this is the direction we should all be going. Remember, without the farmer, you won't be here. Without the farmer, you won't have that car to drive. Your cars, the tires, they are made from rubber. Rubber is an agricultural commodity. Your suit, your outfit, it is made from cotton. Without agriculture, you won't have cotton. Your pomade, whether olive oil, whatever oils you use on your hair or your head, it is still coming from agriculture. So overall, most of the things we require, most of the things we utilize are agricultural products, and so for that reason, it only is beholden to you to ensure that you help us to ensure that we make this nation food secure, agric secure, and I believe that as soon as we're able to do this and get this off the ground, we'll start to see a massive turnaround in the food system space. Thank you very much.
Every 16th of October, the World Food Day holds internationally. I've been privileged to attend 2 of those sessions, and on a particular day when we have the work awareness, there's a slogan that we sing: no farmer, no nation, no farmer. So that's a reality. Thank you. Can we give another round of applause to the Honorable Commissioner, please? So next I will invite the President of the Maize Association of Nigeria, Alhaji Bello Hanora, to share his goodwill message with us.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stand on the existing protocols. Let me start by appreciating the last speaker, that is our Honorable Commissioner, who showed and narrated the importance of the farmers in Nigeria. But before I give my own goodwill message, let me see if there is, or if there are farmers here in this hall. Great farmers! Great farmers! No farmer? No nation. Thank you very much. That is good. I know that there are farmers here now. Well, thank you so much. The issue of providing food security in any country, anywhere, it is something that originated from the farmers. The issue of food security is #1 security anywhere in the world. Without food, there is no any security or any living in peace in the country. I appreciated very well the way I saw something here before the program started. We were here, we spent about more than 30 minutes. So there was a documentary here which shows a project, gigantic project made by the Lagos State government, which I was very excited. And it is something very interested to see something in Nigeria here and in Lagos, where they are not, we know that Lagos is not a agricultural area. But what I saw here, the largest hub for food in the whole Africa, is something that is very, very excited. And I must commend the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Baba Sanwo-Olu, for this very gigantic project, as well as the Minister for Agriculture. To say that a state can borrow a governor to another state, I'm telling you, wallahi, we can come and borrow Sanwo-Olu to come to Katsina and construct this kind of these hubs that I saw here, because it is something that can last more than decades. We have a very large area of land in Nigeria, more than 80 million hectares, but it's not being utilized. As how the chairman said in his presentation, it's only 5%. It's only 5% we are utilizing. And we have farmers in Nigeria, more than 60 million. But because there is we have the land, but it's not cleared. So at this juncture, I want to also appeal to the federal government of Nigeria. We have NALDA, we have a land development department in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, to come to rescue these lands or our farmers in providing services to clear the land for our farmers. Something that there can be a PPP, public-private partnership, with the government, with this kind of effort that we saw now from Origin Group, so that government can clear the land. They will provide the mechanization, which is #1 in any agricultural activities. Because if you have mechanization end to end, that is right from the beginning to the end, you have solved your problem about 70% in your farming. So with this effort of the Origin Group, this effort with the government and the other stakeholders, major stakeholders, farmers, we can collaborate. Government can clear the land. The Origin Group can now provide their services in terms of mechanizations to come along together with the other stakeholders. We will continue producing whatever we need in this country because we have the land. So I will not say much. I want to sincerely also appreciate the effort of the Origin Group, because we have been together with them for over 20 years, and we know the type of the support they have given to our farmers in the whole country, not only in any specific state, no, the whole country, because our association covers all the 36 states, including Lagos here. We have so many farmers here. I know that in 2020, we supplied inputs through the origin. They distributed to our farmers, and they provided the services, everything to them. So, at this juncture, I hope that Origin Group will continue giving this support to the especially small scaleholder farmers, because now farmers are organizing themselves. Not as how you said, they are scattered. Yes, really. That's what happened before. But now, farmers are grouping themselves under a cluster to form a cooperatives, to come under the association, and now to partner or collaborate with major companies like Origin. I would also like to give my own advice to the Origin about this very good project they come with it now. This mechanized farm, like this presentation now, it is something that if you can organize it to invite other small holder farmers, large-scale farmers, other major stakeholders in agric, I'm sure it will make an impact in this country. And it is from there that some other people will know and understand the level of commitments that Origin has made or is being made in terms of agriculture. So I hope that next time Origin will organize this kind of presentation, maybe in Abuja, or maybe you can go into geopolitical zones to organize, because this is something for the farmers, and it will benefit the farmers. Not only the large-scale farmers, as how you said, 1,000 hectare above. No, our small-scale holder farmers will appreciate, and it will make an impact. So this is my candid advice. Finally, I once again want to thank our Honorable Commissioner who held the farmers here, and I know she showed that really she's a farmer. She is for the farmers. Thank you so much, and God bless.
No nation, no farmer. Thank you. So I'll recognize Ms. Sholakwe Amond Chush, MD of Produce for Lagos, to share our own goodwill message for this event.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me also to rest on existing protocol. I've been giving 2 minutes, which is 118 seconds. So first of all, to congratulate Origin Group on this very exciting project. My husband was a farmer up until 2 years ago, and he had 4,000 hectares, but he could really have done with the help of a program like this. So really, really happy to see this product. I personally know how much this is needed. Under the Produce for Lagos project, we've been talking to a few of our partners. One of our partners, just to put it in context, a partner that can aggregate 20,000 hectares of rice, 20,000 tons of rice. We asked them how the farmers were going to harvest, and they replied, with sickles, of course. This is how we farm. The majority of our farmers in this country are still using rudimentary implements to farm. And this is part of why we can't compete. There are many other factors. We know it's a complex, multi-layered ecosystem set of challenges, but primarily, this is a major challenge. It's also part of why young people don't really want to go into farming. For them, they just can't see investing brawn when they can invest their brains, and Nigerians are very smart people. So this not only has great implications for the investors and large farmers that can afford it, but it has great implications for our future, for getting young people into farming, and that's why I'm particularly excited about it. It's highly complementary to the Produce for Lagos initiative, so I will take the opportunity to talk about my project. Produce for Lagos, for those who do not know, is another transformational program. It aims to transform everything from farm to table, the markets that we all shop in or buy food in, and where the supply comes to us. We're building massive logistics hubs to bring in the food at wholesale so that there's transparency, there's traceability, people can understand where what they're eating is coming from and the quality, and be assured of the quality of the food arriving at their tables. We're transforming the logistics infrastructure that makes sure it's not just the end market that's good, but right from source, we're making sure that the food is transported as it should be transported. There's a bulk food company, and he'll speak to that, that then intermediates between the farmers, making sure the farmers and aggregators get fair prices, have certainty and visibility of the price of their food. And the markets also know what they're going to get. And then the fund, which I will largely be running, which then facilitates all of these conversations. All of these complement the corporate farmer product. As the chairman has said, one of the biggest challenges for a farmer today is they don't know who they're going to sell to. They don't know if they're going to be able to sell. There are states in which up to 60-70% of their food rots in the farm. It actually makes sense for them to just leave it rather than to invest the energy to harvest and waste the logistics to bring it to the market. So this product not only complements our work complements this product. So many congratulations again to the farmers who will be the final beneficiaries, and to the Nigerians like me who like food, who will be the ultimate beneficiaries of eating good food. Thank you.
All right, I could see some sentiments towards her that the applause are already going on, even before we ask for it. Thank you very much. Solidarity, women's solidarity, I call that. So without wasting so much time, I will call on Mr. Femi Ajayi, the MD of Ecolog.
So good afternoon, everyone. And we're excited to be a part of this. Congratulations to the chairman, executive chairman of Origin Tech, and to the leadership, the management team of Origin Tech. Madam Commissioner, thank you for being here too. Congratulations to the whole Ministry of Agric and Food Systems, the PS. Thank you so much. I think this really connects with what Ecolog also would be doing, because we are the logistics arm of the whole ecosystem. So you see what has to be done, corporate farm, 100% agri, 100% value. At the point of making all of that available, it needs to get to the tables. Until you get to eat them, the value hasn't been completed. So to achieve that, somebody has to move them. And with that, we already have investments behind cold chain. We have investments across board, all forms of logistics available. So what you would see is that there are savings in terms of what Sholakpi just spoke about now. Losses in terms of food would be drastically reduced, because now you do not have to transport or use the same type of logistics that was being done before. There's new level of logistics. The investments have already been done. So really have to congratulate all the investors, all the partners that have brought this to pass. We're all excited about this, and looking at this, it will be transformational for this country. It's not just about eating alone. It will be wealth creation. It will help people begin to see even beyond what the typical Nigerian is used. I was telling somebody, I said, have you ever assumed yourself trying to shop for food and you don't have to assume the typical open market? Think about it. When you begin to think of shopping for real fresh food, but where you're going to is the typical modern trade stores, then the perception changes. You can actually wear your suits and go to shop for fresh food, not thinking you have to wear a rain boot before you can shop for fresh food. That mentality brings something different from the way we can shop. My wife can then call me and say, please buy fresh food on your way home. But now I would say, how do you expect me to buy? But when we get to that point, with the level of the investments in corporate farm and every other thing along the value chain, all of that will just be very easy to achieve. And ultimately, it will be cheaper for us to get the food. Things will become cheaper as a country. Inflation will come down as a whole, and then value will be better. So for us, everything connects. The ecosystem is all one. And we just want to say thank you so much to all of the, everybody behind this. It's absolutely a great job that has been done. And we look forward to being a part of it, driving the project, making sure it truly comes to life. I'm looking forward to this and really want to say thank you to everybody for coming today. All the best, and God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we give applause? Okay, so the next person I'm going to invite for this session is Mr. Ayo Olajiga. That's the MD of Bulk Food Company.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me stand on existing protocols. Let me first congratulate the executive chairman and the management of Origin Group on a fantastic program. Personally, I mean, I have farmed. I mean, we wouldn't qualify under this 1,000 limit, but I wouldn't say we're also small, older farmers. We've done about 200 hectares. But what I find interesting about this is if I think about our journey into farming, we wanted to do it, we wanted to invest, but then we had to go everywhere to look for who's the agronomist. We don't know whether it's a good agronomist or not. We have to find equipment, so you have to do all of these things. And that's why I find, the corporate farm offering very interesting, because I think it would attract not the people you currently call farmers, but people who are interested in farming, who have the resources into the sector. So congratulations again to the Origin Group for a fantastic initiative. Let me just say maybe a couple of words about bulk food. I think for bulk food is, I like to say, is the operational arm of the Produce for Lagos initiative. Because what Sholakwe and Co are doing is they'll go and grab money, but money is not really what creates is the execution. Is exactly how you use the money that determines whether the program is successful or not. And that's what the bulk food is there to do. And simply all we're doing is we are going to be aggregating demand in Lagos, because today if you look at Lagos, even though it's the largest food market in Nigeria, is very fragmented. Most players in food in Nigeria cannot approach the bank successfully, but someone like bulk food, who is aggregating all of that, can then introduce discipline across the value chain, and that's discipline in quality, discipline in price, and discipline in availability. So we, obviously, if you do take on the corporate farm, we obviously can offtake whatever it is that you produce. And so let me once again congratulate the Origin Group on this fantastic initiative. Thank you.
When the Honorable Commissioner came here, she threw a jab, albeit a subtle one, to the bankers. So I think they have an opportunity now to respond during this goodwill message. So I'll call Mr. Sheyi Oyefeso to share his goodwill message with us.
Thank you. Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a farmer, obviously, but I do backyard farming. So I have a lot of interest in farming. And the reality is this: we are 200 million people. People's got to eat. And if people have to eat, we have to solve the problem of agric. And there's no way. And the saying that says a hungry man is an angry man is a problem, is reality. When his man is hungry, his back is to the wall, he can do and undo. And those are the kind of guys that can damage society if we don't deal with it. For us as bankers, the challenge has always been, how do we de-risk agric? like the chairman said, we've burnt our fingers over and over again in funding agric. And when you come and say agric, it's a red flag. Immediately I say, okay, you want to put me in another round of trouble. But yes, we can't run away from it. We got to have to find a way to deal with it. And that's why what Origin is doing here sounds very exciting for me, because that helps to de-risk the problem. And I will say, and I will congratulate all what the Lagos State officials, from the hubs to the bulk to the transportation, because transportation is a major problem in agric. By the time you load it into those trucks, unguarded, unprepared, by the time it's getting to Lagos, half of it's damaged. That becomes a problem. Colossal loss. So it's for us how to replicate what is going on in Lagos and what Origin is doing. It was telling me that this has worked for 2 years. So in as many states as where we can replicate this, we are de-risking it, then with bankers find it exciting. I would rather fund trucks from this model than fund trucks outside. I've funded trucks before and I've received the beating of my life. So going into trucking in an unstructured manner is going to be a no-no. But with this kind of structure, then it becomes fundable easily. And Chairman, you got to have to work with the president of the Farmers Association. I'm fully in support of you. This 1,000 thing, they got to deal with it, because the first thing I asked him is, how do you get land? Because the biggest headache is the land issue. And if you can aggregate, and that's where you come in, if you can put people together in clusters, it's a lot easier for funding. Then the issues of equipment, the issues of logistics gets taken care of in hub. It's exciting that we're having this conversation, and I hope we can scale the conversation so that we all can begin to tie into it. Banks can begin to look at it again. By the time you put in this kind of structure in place, it's easy to fund and be part of this, because it's a structured way of doing it. Then we are not dealing with one man. And the benefit of learning, experience, sharing knowledge takes away a lot of the risk, rather than funding individuals and then we as bankers, we can't actually solve this problem because it produces and you don't know how it's going to sell. But look at the massive store Lagos is put in place. So there is an outlet where things can get sold. And so we'll continue to work with you on this. We'll continue to follow this conversation, and we'll see where we can tie in. But be rest assured, banks are willing to fund. If we can fund the oil and gas sector that is long-term. So it's not that, before people used to think it's long-term funding. No, it's the risk. It's not the term of the funding. It's the risk involved that we have to find a way to de-risk and make it exciting for bankers to put money. If you don't put money in agric, honestly, I don't know where else you want to put money. So I congratulate you all, and we look forward to this conversation. I want to be part of it. Thank you.
So, Honorable Commissioner, I hope he has defended his industry. Thank you. All right, so I'll call the last person in this session, and that's Mr. Wale Oshin, MD Stanbic IBTC.
Thank you for assigning that role to me. So I'm actually representing the Chief Executive for Stanbic IBTC, and I'll stand on existing protocols as well. And congratulations, Prince, for this great work. I will say it's been an interesting conversation so far, and I'll just pick a few things and cap it with a story. I'll share a story. The MD of Ecolog did one word I picked from what he said is wealth, right? I mean, we are aware of so many farmers outside Nigeria, across the world, that are farmers in the sector who are wealthy. And the executive director of First Bank also highlighted how, a structure like this, approach things from the agribusiness point of view, has put all the layers, created the structures. And ultimately, for players in that sector, ultimately creates wealth. It makes food cheaper. It will make food cheaper at the end of the day, because all the issues, especially with regards to the elephants which we have in the room, food loss, will be eliminated. And what story do I want to share? Sometime last year, there's an exhibition that holds in South Africa. It's called NAMPO. It's the biggest agricultural exhibition in sub-Saharan Africa. I attended for the first time last year. And it holds in a place called Bothaville, about 2 hours outside of Johannesburg, right? Everybody goes there, camps and all of that. So the morning when that event was going to open, I came out of my own tent. I looked in the skies and I saw helicopters, I saw private jets. And with my Nigerian mind, I thought it was the South African Air Force providing security for us against we know what, right? So we met with the MD of the organizers, and he was sharing with us that those jets and those choppers were actually farmers, South African farmers. And he said as of that morning they had on record that about 90-something private jets had landed on the airstrip, and about 60 helicopters have landed on the airstrip. I went ballistic. I thought about where I was coming from. And I was thinking, when will we get there? But it's possible, right? Having conversations with Chairman, his ideas, the way to put things like this together, for me, is actually like going outside on a field and staring in the horizon. Is limitless. The sort of ideas that comes, and when you look at the execution, putting it all together, right, it will solve a lot of problems. And we're smart people in Nigeria, just like the Honorable Commissioner had alluded to earlier. We think on our feet, we solve problems, we're resilient. Why can't we do this? We will do it. I believe we will do it. And I'd like to say congratulations to Chairman, to Origin, to the Commissioner, and to all of us Nigerians. We have a common culture, and that's agriculture. That's what binds us together, and we will fix it. Thank you very much.
Can we give him another round of applause, please? So quickly, we will go into a panel fire chat now. And for this section, I will respectfully invite the executive chairman of Origin Tech Group, Prince Joseph Samuel, to this side, as well as the powerful Babajide Kolade Otitoju, who is going to lead the fireside chat. Mr. Otitoju, please.
Thank you. I am very privileged to be here today. I have developed more than a personal interest in agriculture. I have a farm within my house. And I do my best trying to bring the pains that farmers are going through to the consciousness of our government, the consciousness of decision makers in our country. So I'm really happy with what I see the Origin Group doing. And I think every one of us who is interested in crop production, agri-production generally, who want to see progress ramped up in the area of agriculture, should be really proud of Prince Samuel and his team. So thank you so much for what you do for our country and its people. I would like to ask, in what area do you help farmers, for example? In what area can you help farmers in terms of soil preparation and soil health? Because I've seen that this is really critical to agri-production.
Thank you very much, Egbon. Thank you. Well, agri is a deep knowledge, high-skill business now. Yeah. And the good part of it is that it's a well-developed science. So everything you need for agriculture is available. What we are doing today is to lead that convergence, that bring access, easy access to knowledge, so people can easily know who to talk to when they have any need. So when you talk about soil, definitely we have experts here who can advise or assist all our Nigerian farmers. So you can go to our website, fill a form, make a request. We have quite a lot of experts that can visit your farm and advise you at a fee. To make it easy, if you have a corporate farmer around you, you can visit that corporate farmer because experts will be there, which is what we are trying to do. Our intention is to ensure that every state in Nigeria, and if possible, every local government have a corporate farm. With that, smallholders can get advice and other service support when they visit, such as soil science management.
Pricing is really crucial. Pricing is really crucial in the grand scheme of things. Given what you intend to do with this scheme that you have created, how are we going to be able to achieve price stability? Because a lot of us quarrel with the role, quarrel with middlemen, the role they play, how they hoard produce and ultimately drive up prices. In the end, the farmers do not really benefit. It's the middlemen who benefit from this unusual hike in prices. So are you going to be able to achieve moderation in pricing when this takes off?
Thank you. I think here I would thank the Lagos State government for the work we have been doing together with them in the last 6 years. There are different segments of the agri sector, and there are challenges in each sector. But I think the biggest one is actually logistics, transportation, and storage. More than, depending on what crop you are transporting, but from the farm to the table, we estimate about 40% waste. Now, if we remove waste, which, for example, Ecolog spoke here today, their first job is actually waste removal, because they have modern trucks with crates inside them You know, part of the challenge is when you transport this thing, you load them the wrong way on each other. Before they get there, they are rotten. They will first sort the bad ones and sell the good ones at the price plus the bad ones. So the price goes up. How do we get farmers to make profit from this? That's where bulk food come in. Bulk food simply gets a farmer registered through an aggregator. And that aggregator is working with the farmer as agent of bulk food. And this farmer already has an agreed price with this with the agent. So immediately he finishes producing, on a certain date, harvesters come in, they harvest, and it goes to bulk food. So he's sure of his pricing even before he plants, which is not the case now. The case now is, I am the largest buyer, one of the buyers, we know them, we know their name in Nigeria. And I know that, okay, they know all the areas, the villages. What they simply do is, since they are the one buying from everybody, the day they don't buy, price drops. The second day they will go there and pick. So that's the farm gate operation you are talking about. So, but with the arrangement we have made, and with the support of Lagos State Bulk Food, Produce for Lagos Fund, Ecolog, this can be removed. Remember, what we need to do, just like the ED First Bank was saying, how do we scale this? How do we scale this? Is actually the job we are trying to do now, by making sure that we can scale it. The interest we have generated in the last 6 months, 1 year, and people willing to put in good money in dollars, in millions of dollars, trust us with it, is because, of course, they can see a path to a less risky venture and a return rate that is very good and that you can get within 2 times or 3 times in a year. So yes, we are going to ensure that pricing is done right.
I feel for farmers at this time. I was in Kaduna State, Saminaka, to be exact. That is the headquarters of maize farming in our country. Farmers are going through a lot. Prices have crashed way below the cost of production. I saw a farmer that was so broke that he couldn't even hire farm hands to harvest his rice feed. Is that bad? As an agripreneur, what do you think we should do at this time? What advice do you have for government? Government wants people to be able to buy rice and other commodities at fairly good price. But there is a disincentive somewhere. And that's what I wanted to address.
Okay, I feel this pain, being a very passionate person about agric and agric business, and a major investor in this sector. The last 2 years has not been easy for farmers, both farmers and processors alike in Nigeria. But remember, the slide we'll be sharing with you later will show you that the last 40 years, Nigeria has invested over 40 trillion in agriculture. 40 trillion. So if I'm the president of Nigeria and suddenly they show me a report of what my predecessors has done in terms of investment in agriculture, I'll be careful in the way I intervene. So you can't also blame the government 100%. Now, what we are doing differently in Lagos is, look, agric has to be market-led. Agric has to be enterprise-led. It has to be business. Now, to the farmers who unfortunately fell for the effort of government to try to balance demand and supply. And then we had probably some level of oversupply or no plan to properly offtake what farmers have done at guaranteed price. I think is the challenge we've had. Now, we definitely, as a group, has proposed several solutions to government. What is done around the world is government need to get off the business of this doing agriculture and set up standard intervention program that private sector enjoy from output, not input. So I give you fertilizer is input. I give you seed is input. No. Guarantee to buy from me at a certain price. And work with private sector to achieve that. So what if bulk food had been here 3, 4, 5 years ago? I believe this farmer in Kaduna would not have the situation he had, because bulk food would have uptaked those maize, because he has insurance to back him up if there are price vagaries in the market.
So I wanted to share your optimism with us. Where do you see Nigeria in terms of agriculture in the next 10 years? Do you see us regressing or making great progress?
Wow, that's a tough one. But I think I can speak for certain states governments. I can speak for Lagos State. And the guarantee for Lagos State is that definitely you are seeing a more automated food supply. You can sit in your room, place an order on your phone for what you will eat for the next 30 days, and it will be supplied without you going to market. That's the optimism I can promise you from Lagos State. That's guaranteed. That's guaranteed. I can guarantee that by the grace of God in Lagos, in the next 18 months, you can get fresh milk produced from Lagos, supplied to your table every day, because Lagos has established the largest in Nigeria cattle feedlots, which has 14,000 cows and 3,000 milking cows. And that is giving you every day minimum of 30,000 liters, 300,000 liters of milk daily, fresh milk from Lagos State, inside Lagos, not from another state. So there are exciting, very, very promising and exciting times ahead. You've seen the videos. And in fact, in the next few months, you begin to see the projects come to life. And so that I can promise. Now, for other states, we are working with Niger State. What we require in Niger State is quite a very huge capital. People say, oh, it's insecurity. I say, I don't see insecurity, because by the time I level the whole forest, I will know where you hide. But so that's the truth. So we have got to remove the forest. Yes. And the cost of deforesting those places is in trillions of naira. I think it's a challenge that we have. So I'm very careful in expressing optimism there. But the optimism that I have is that as a group with corporate farms, for example, we can do 150,000 hectares over the next 5 years. And we can do up to 500,000 to 1 million hectares over the next 10 years. Now, when you put structured financing around what we're doing, and you do the first 10,000 hectares, and it starts production and it's making money, those guys that saw that one making money would come in and expand their farm, or other people want to make money like them also comes in, and that way we can expand very fast. The work to do actually is with government, because I also recently did some work, and I realized that in the last 45 years, the American government has spent $21 trillion supporting the agriculture. It's online. You can check it. The European Union has spent close to 8.9 billion euros intervening in agriculture. The Indian government has spent similar number, about 4 point something. The Chinese has spent double that figure intervening in agriculture. So developing agriculture is actually developing your rural area. Is actually investing in your people. Is actually stabilizing the rural area. Is actually spending the money you will spend on security and give it to the people to defend their local areas. There's nobody who will not defend a beautiful house and a house where he's making money. But when he cannot eat at night, where do you expect him to carry gun or cutlass in the evening? He will not be able to do that. So, larger challenge with Nigeria is that our rural areas have become abandoned places and they have become ungoverned places. And when a place is not governed, it's left like that, definitely something else will come in. So, the challenge now, or the impediment to my optimism is how do we align with government and raise government's attention or further interest over the next couple of months to actually accelerate investment in land clearing. Accelerate investment in land clearing. Constructive. Also accelerate investment in constructive investment in enterprises. So what I see as solution is...
You talked about Niger.
Yes.
How many more states, especially in major production belts?
Yes.
You talk about Niger, I talk about Kaduna State,
yes,
which is doing tremendously well in maize, pepper, tomatoes. An overwhelming majority of those who went to Hajj in Kaduna State were farmers, and the state did not subsidize Hajj. Even Kano that subsidized Hajj, there were more people who went to Hajj from Kaduna State than Kano. So farmers need to be supported there. So I'm wondering, rather than invest too much of your strength in Lagos, how do you get states like Kaduna involved in what you are doing?
Okay, so we are already investing. I was going to come to that in 13 states in Nigeria.
Okay.
We were in Taraba and we're working with Taraba already. Taraba has accessed a very good amount of funding from us. We have delivered close to 200 equipment and more coming.
Yes.
And some of these equipment will be applied for even rural roads. And then they have an objective to do immediately 1 farm estate per local government, okay, with minimum of 25,000 hectares. And I think they have 13 or so local government in Taraba State. So you can be sure of that. We're already working with Niger State. I've just highlighted the challenge. But don't forget that the way I'm looking today, and every one of us, is to the benefits or to the benevolence of the farmers in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. Actually, farmers in Nigeria are still feeding us, regardless of the challenges. Now, how do we make them wealthy? So they're doing this much, they have this much money, and they don't look the way they're looking. That's why we are here. In Niger, we're already building one of the largest silos for storage, so we can offtake from the farmers from there. And so we are doing in other parts of the country.
Thank you for listening to us. I appreciate your energy and your concern, not just for the farmers, but for the good health of our country.
Thank you.
So can I plead with you, sirs, that you still stay behind? The photographers and the editors want to have their own session now. The photographs that they're going to use for their media. So photo editors, it's your time. So I'm going to invite the Honorable Commissioner.
very much. Moki Gómìnà, Your Excellency, the performing governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, aka Ọmọ Bàbá Tíṣà, Moki Deputy, látara Moki gbogbo àwọn EXCO members tó wà ní pátápátá, kábíyèsí, Moki kábíyèsí, Olùtìláàrú Paramount gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, látara Moki gbogbo àwọn kábíyèsí wà ní kábíyèsí ayé apẹ́ lórí bàtà pẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀ o. Moki gbogbo àwọn lídà mi, Moki gbogbo wa pátápátá, mo fi sẹ́nitọ́ bájọ́ Moki gbogbo àwọn bàbá àwọn lídà wa pátá tó wà ní ìkàlẹ̀. Àsìkò ti lọ. Ní àkọ́kọ́, let me note that this is the second time the governor will be coming to my federal constituency. You are not in the federal constituency within this quarter to commission road. The first one was just January 28th. And here we are, March 5th. We are having the second commissioning. Àwọn kan tẹ̀ extrapolated. Wọ́n ní nǹkan tó mì ní pé kí ọdún tó parí, gómìnà ṣì máa wá síbí tó bí mẹ́fà sí ẹ̀mẹ́jọ láti commission ọ̀nà. Ẹ jẹ́ bá mi pàtẹ́wọ́ fún gómìnà. Ìyálọ́jà, ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ fún gómìnà. So, Your Excellency, we are thanking you in arrears for the ones you have done, and in advance for the ones you shall be coming to commission during the course of this year.